Hotkey Books presents Crownbreaker, written by Sebastien De Castell and read by Joe Jameson. Stay tuned after the audiobook for an exclusive interview with Sebastien, as well as his rendition of Reichis, and more.
Dear listener, I always loved magic as a kid. Unfortunately, by the time I was 16, I made a terrible discovery. I didn't have any. In fact, I didn't appear to be special at all. I wasn't the strongest student at my school or the smartest, and plenty of people were more talented and charming. To be honest, I didn't even have the best personality. All my favorite fantasy novels had lied to me. I'd grown up reading books that promised that the more ordinary I seemed, the greater my glorious destiny would be. If I just waited long enough, I would learn that my parents, who didn't appear to love me any more than other parents loved their kids, had secretly been protecting me until it was safe to reveal that I was born with marvelous powers and would soon go on wondrous adventures and, for no particular reason, become fabulously wealthy. None of those things happened. I wasn't the only teenager to make this discovery, of course. Some accepted their mediocre fate with a modicum of grace. Others became amateur nihilists and decided nothing mattered anyway. Still others, having been brought up with the constant reassurance of their own specialness, decided to wait it out until the universe finally proved them right. Me, I got lucky. There were people around me who made it clear that I hadn't been born special at all, and if that fact bothered me, I'd better start working on it right away. Ordinariness wasn't a life sentence, but rather the starting point we all share. What makes you unique and what makes you special is how you choose to take all the little, vaguely interesting parts of yourself and nurture them, combining them in odd ways until, like some magical elixir, you come out the other side as someone worth knowing. The chosen one? Nope. Rather, the one you choose to be. For all the magical tattooed bands and enigmatic playing cards, for all the dark conspiracies and wild adventures and talking squirrel cats, that is what Spellslinger is really about. Uncovering the sometimes unpleasant truths about yourself, your family, and your culture, and then deciding what to do about it. I very much hope you enjoy Kellen's journey. Just remember, magic is a con game. Best, Sebastien De Castell.
To the real Ferius Parfax, your worst Tay-san still thinks of your lessons every day. Prologue. The Card Trick. The old man dealt me an ace. Again. I picked it up, only to let it fall face up next to the other ace and two jacks in front of me. One edge of the card landed on top a crumb of mouldy, dried-up bread stuck to the table. It lay there, tilted towards me as if pointing out the obvious. "Two jacks, each with an ace," I said. "That's a pair of spear-bearers." The old man leaned forward, long brown greasy hair and beard framing a crooked smile. He waved his arms in the air to show he'd just been swept up in unforeseeable circumstances. "Lost again, haven't I?" He glanced around the room as if he were performing for an audience. The place was empty, except for one drunk snoring in the corner and a bartender doing a piss-poor job of mopping the floor. The old man turned back to me and let one hand fall into his lap, while the other motioned for the bartender to pour more ale into mugs that weren't any cleaner than the floorboards. "You don't seem to be too good with cards," I observed. My irritatingly cheerful companion smiled back at me. He had perfect teeth, filthy hair, shabby robes, thin as a rake. His sandals reminded me of those strip shows where the dancers spin bits of cloth around their bodies as they flounce all over the stage. You couldn't call them naked, but they'd catch a chill if they went outside. But those teeth? Straight, clean, perfect. One look at his hands revealed fingers free from calluses and nails that were neatly trimmed. "Can't help but wonder what makes a Lord Magus wander into a saloon and start bleeding money at cards," I said, tapping the pile of coins on my side of the table. I'd started the night with just one. The old man shrugged. "Perhaps I'm above such petty concerns as money."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?